Well, Gene, right now at the Logan County Jail, there's currently 129 county inmates, only 78 beds, with over 50 more inmates than beds. County jailer Phil Gregory says he wants to do something about that. When they arrived on scene, they boarded the boat and brought it back to shore before beginning the investigation into what they're now calling a missing person search on the lake. With his attorney by his side, Douglas Booth waived formal arraignment today and pleaded not guilty to all charges. Melvin here weighs about 400 pounds and stands about 7 feet tall, but that's really not much compared to another project these students have been working on all year. At 21 feet tall, it would actually take 3 different Melvins to measure up to this literal fork in the road. At 12 years old, Carlene Carter sat right here in this pew, 3 rows behind where her mother married Johnny Cash. Now, 50 years later, they're back here in the same church in front of the same altar where their lives changed forever. They walk down the aisle and then out the door to a new life.
Just stay on the edge. Stand back here and look at it. The bigger, the better, the more awesome. The kids love those projects. On these, we don't want to grind so much. If the weld looks good, leave the weld alone.
This welding program has opened a lot of doors for me.
You never know what's going to happen next. We're always doing something new.
It's projects like this space capsule or this iron horse that have caught the eye of the Simpson County community. But perhaps the story is the work behind them.
When we signed up for our classes the end of our 8th grade year, I knew I wanted to take welding. I just didn't know how much I would enjoy it. It's become much more than just a class to me. It's become like, it's a hobby.
For welding instructor Jeremy Lovell, his class is about providing students an opportunity to succeed.
Every day there's a different factory calling. There's factories offering intern programs. There's factories offering everything that a student could need. Any student that wants to come and work hard and leaves here with basic skills can get a job the day they graduate high school.
Students in Lovell's class aim to improve their trade skills and work toward their welding certifications.
It's crazy to think, you know, the whole past 12 years of your life have been spent in school, and now it's just a whole new chapter to your life, and it's super exciting to know that you're going to get out and do something that you've always had the passion and drive to do. You just weren't able to do it yet.
Lovell says he's been approached by a number of community members about new projects, but for now, they're all booked up.
I went right out of high school, joined the Army. I saw more at the age of 19 than most people see in their entire lifetime.
As president of the Friends of Army Aviation Ozark, John or Doc Holliday pilots Huey helicopter rides for the public, and he's bringing that opportunity to South Central Kentucky.
I want everybody to come out tomorrow and participate in an opportunity that they may never get again.
When Doc Holliday steps into the cockpit, he knows it's not just a regular helicopter. It's a living memorial to those that didn't make it home.
That's kind of what we do. We want to represent our veterans.
A Vietnam veteran himself, it's an emotional ride for Holliday, especially when flying those who fought with him.
He turns around, and the emotion that is transformed between him and me I just can't tell you, it's priceless. It's almost priceless because I have allowed that individual the opportunity to close the gap with his family.
It's the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. that reminds Holliday why he's doing what he's doing.
I have a lot of friends that are on that wall. And if there's some way that I can represent them and they can feel and know that they're loved and not missed, that's why we do what we do.
3 years, 3 trial dates, and there's nothing definitive that says there won't be a 4th.
As much as 1 year from now seems like a long time, it's not.
The fact of the matter is that a case of this importance has to be done correctly, and doing things correctly takes time.
In a case where both the defense and the prosecution has changed, perhaps time is the only one at fault.
This court intends to do everything in its power to make sure that we get it right the first time. Because if we don't, we're going to be back, and we're going to be back again, and we're going to be back again.
Commonwealth attorney Clint Willis was voted out of office in the most recent election, Allen County voting for someone else to take over. The case of Timothy Madden likely on their minds.
They were upset at the defendant. They were upset at the defense attorney. They were upset at the second defense attorney. They were upset at the judge. I've been ready for 3 years, but none of them were on the ballot. And it was a matter of they were rightfully frustrated, but somebody had to take the hit. It just happened to be my family and my staff.
This wasn't Willis's first big case, having been in office for almost 2 decades, and he's seen how long these cases can take.
Generically, on a sex-type case, you have a situation, any type of sex crime, where defendants will not come in and say they're guilty. If their mom is sitting in the room, they will never say, I did this.
The lame duck prosecutor sounding off on the case that has consumed 3 years of work.
Everybody wants just a soundbite answer. They want you to fix their problems. They want it done, and they want an explanation in 10 seconds. I'm in a situation where the Commonwealth Attorney does not set trial dates. The Commonwealth Attorney does not schedule trial dates. The Commonwealth Attorney does not continue trial dates.
Corey Morgan will be taking over as Commonwealth Attorney and doesn't see any reason the trial won't happen in September of 2019 as it's supposed to.
At this point, I don't expect there to be any sort of continuance unless there's something unforeseen.
It's been 3 years. In 3 more years, will Timothy Madden's case still be going on? Much like the rest of the case, only time will tell.